can't be serious with this. You can't. What's happening, peoples? It's your boy Blaze here with another one for Venomous Reactions, and we got a Watch Mojo video for you. And this is the top 10 worst Dragon Ball video games. Oh man, already I can think of a few. Uh Dragon Ball Z sagas, that's one. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, that would be another one. Oh, I hope they put that one in here. But we gonna see what Watch Mojo is talking about. What are the top 10 worst games, worst video games in Dragon Ball Z history? So without further ado, let's check it out. Oh, speaking of sagas.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst Dragon Ball games. For this list, we'll be looking at this iconic anime's less than Super Saiyan video games. Do you own any of these Dragon Ball duds? Let us know which one you have the most buyer's remorse for. Number 10, Dragon Ball Z Super Budoden 3.
Never bought this one.
On principle, sequels are supposed to build upon what came before, but somehow Super
Facts.
Budoden 3 has even less content than its predecessor. The excellent soundtrack and
That
stellar
ain't good.
visuals don't excuse the blatant lack of a story mode. That could be forgiven if it were a straight fighting game, but the clunky controls blow a Kamehameha through that idea too.
Damn. Damn, that's bad when you think about it.
Even worse, it inexplicably cut over half the roster of Super Budoden 2 and replaced them with some truly head-scratching additions. Unless you really want to play as Supreme Kai, there's just nothing this game does that Super Budoden 2 doesn't do better.
Yo, low-key, the controls of this look absolute crap. And why does this remind me of a Dragon Ball Z game if it was on like the PlayStation 1? Like that's what this reminds me of. Like, yeah. I can't get with this. No.
Number 9, Dragon Power.
You can't be serious with this. You can't. Like this cheap. Oh my god. This great value Legend of Zelda ripoff. And they just put Dragon Ball characters into the game. Like, no. No, no, no.
Admittedly, there's nothing too offensive about this adventure beat-em-up. It's straightforward and overly simple, but for an NES title, it's a neat ride on the Nimbus. The issue is that it's not really a Dragon Ball game at all. At least, not in
How?
North America.
I quit.
Since the anime and manga
I
hadn't been
freaking
localized
quit.
in the United States yet, the game's English port censored the references to the series. Goku turned into a monkey man, Dragon Balls became crystal balls, and the Kamehameha was the wind wave. It's not a bad actioner by any stretch, but if you're on a Dragon Ball hunt, it better look elsewhere.
Yeah, because this is the pits, bro.
Number 8, Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22.
Well, speaking of the Dragon Ball games that came out on PS1.
At first glance, this seems like a worthy power-up for the franchise. The hand-drawn cell art by official series animators holds up to this day. Along a deep bench of nearly 30 playable characters, its power levels seem sky high. That is, until you start to play it.
If you're on YouTube right now looking for beats, I want you to stop because I don't know if you know this, but even though most of the beats say
Get that off of it. Yeah, I would be pissed just by playing this game
from the
as
cluttered
well.
start screen is a hassle. Then, if you don't fall asleep during the asinine load times, you're treated to some of the slowest and most plodding combat the series has ever seen. From a franchise all about high-speed fights, looking pretty just isn't enough. Ultimate Battle 22
Yeah,
totally
this
missed
looks
the
depressing.
gameplay part of a video game. Number 7. Anime designer Dragon Ball Z.
Hold up. What system was
There's
this
a
on?
distinct lack of depth, progression, or really any form of fun at all in this CD-ROM. You just pick a background, grab a character
Ugh.
portrait, and go wild with a handful of colors and filters. That's it.
For a CD-ROM game, no. Like, why? Like, this is... I'm getting more and more depressed just by looking at this video. Let me get through this, please. Like, what is this?
It lets you recreate the franchise's most iconic moments, but without any way to experience them afterwards. It's all the work for none of the fun. Sure, you can make Goku throw a spirit bomb, or give Vegeta a mustache, but it's hard to care when there's so little to actually do. It's telling that within a few minutes of booting it up, you will have seen everything this game has to offer.
A whole bunch of nothing.
Number 6. Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku.
Ooh. Yeah, good old Game Boy Advance days. Gotta love it.
The spiky-haired Saiyan has had a lot of downright legendary moments across the series. But
Facts.
instead of starting with any of those, the first level of Goku's so-called legacy is about collecting Master Roshi's dirty magazines. We aren't kidding. It's a good indicator of the rest of the game, which is padded with boring side quests and excessive grinding.
Yeah, that can be tiresome. But
Actual
above all,
combat
it
is
wasn't so
somehow
bad.
even worse. It consists of stun-locking your enemies, spamming ki blasts, and then running away until you can rinse and repeat. Impressively, it's somehow mindless and tedious at the same time. Truly, the only good thing this game did was pave the way to its much improved sequels.
Yeah, I can see what he mean by that.
Number 5. Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. It's truly baffling anyone thought this should be the first Dragon Ball game released in America. Final Bout stocked shelves about a year into Z's initial run in the United States.
Yeah,
completely spoiling
this
forms
was
and
not the
characters
biz
that
at
wouldn't
all.
air in English for hundreds more episodes. Though, hopefully the game's unrecognizable 3D models kept fans away.
Not by much, though. Not by much.
Honestly, it's remarkable to make a game that looks, feels, and controls as horrible as this. But at least if you beat
For
the 20-year-old,
real.
you get to fight Golden Great Ape Baby. Or half of him. No, it's not a joke. On the bright side, after this, the series' gaming prospects had literally nowhere to go but up.
I mean, it really is no choice but to.
Number 4. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Ooh.
So much worked up into a rage. His power is phenomenal. Why you? He's the closest one to becoming a Super Saiyan.
After years of wishing for Shenron, fans finally got a character creation mode in 2011. Unfortunately, it came attached to Ultimate Tenkaichi. The player character doesn't even get to interact with the main story, which is a total missed opportunity since it recycles the same plot beats the series has been milking for a decade.
Dang, that kind of sucks.
An era greater than hell. Go on, look. My final transformation. My final form.
Despite its Tenkaichi name, the battles lack any of the charm or fan service of that sub-series. Instead, they're boiled down to button presses and quick-time events that mark the Super Saiyan gold standard of bad combat systems. Alongside the tacked on character creation, Ultimate
that's
Tenkaichi
not good at
is
all.
more like the ultimate disappointment.
Yeah, like Ultimate Tenkaichi was a hassle. Like trying to figure out the controls and how to do like the right commands for it. Like uh they totally switched it up from Tenkaichi 3. Like Tenkaichi 3, that was much more easier to understand. But now you got a whole new button system for Ultimate Tenkaichi, and it caused a whole lot of people to rage quit. And I was one of them. Man, get these ads the hell up out of here. Yeah, I know. Probably invest in the ad blocker. One day. Ouch.
Number 3. Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu.
Yo, what
The
system
Game
was
Boy Advance
this?
is home to some of the most
Oh.
charming handheld fighting games in the entire genre. Taiketsu is not one of them. Oh, and before you ask, yes, these really are the in-game models. They're so ugly that it's almost painful to watch them in action. But hey, at least the game lets you play as your favorite characters.
I mean, that's the only upside to it.
Like Imperfect Cell and First Form Frieza. Yeah, lame doesn't even begin to cover it. The roster is horrible, the characters are comically unbalanced, and the only thing resembling content is a screen of text at the end of a generic arcade mode.
Damn, lame don't even begin to describe this one. Damn, that hit me right in the soul. But it is so true. Like for Game Boy Advance games, like they are very limited to what they can do. And certain games just don't need to be on the system. Like, don't try to branch out to other systems. Like, wait till like the new system is like pretty much upgraded to try to branch out. Cause them Game Boy games, whew, graphically, they were ass cheeks, bruh. Grade A, grade A silverback gorilla butt cheeks, bro. I'm telling you.
The only thing Taiketsu succeeds at is being an unintentional parody.
There's a fair amount of truth
Number
in that.
2. Dragon Ball Z Sagas.
Speaking of sagas,
This is truly one for the history books, for better or worse. It's the very first
More
and
so
so
worse.
far only Dragon Ball game ever developed by an American company. Alas, it doesn't take Bulma's brains to see why the States never got a second shot. The uninspired story spends
For
more time
real.
reciting plot points than depicting them. Though, maybe that's a mercy considering the controls are downright broken. Coupled with barren environments and unfair boss fights, it's hard to even make it through the first level without praying for Kami to put you out of your misery. It's a buggy, flawed mess
Damn.
at a fundamental level, and not even in a so bad it's good way. It's just bad. Full stop.
man, I only played this one time. And that's because somebody else had it. And I straight up told my homeboy, like, I hope you took that back and got your money back. Cause this game was ass. Like, I really didn't understand the plot of it. Like, Dragon Ball Z, when it comes down to video games, they had some hits. They also had some misses too. And this one, definitely a miss.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel
Oh
and
my
ring the bell
God.
to get notified
I can't wait
about
to
our
see what
latest
number one
videos.
is.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Dragon Ball Z for Connect.
Oh.
When fans
I remember Dragon Ball Z for Connect, and I played the demo version at one of the anime expos. Like, no, 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 no. You could have kept this one in the vaults. Like, uh, like all it is Ultimate Tenkaichi, but you play with the Xbox Connect, and you're basically I don't know how to put this. Like it's basically virtual reality without the virtual reality helmet, and it sucked.
clamored to experience the Dragon Ball story for themselves, this is not what they meant. There's some novelty in the idea of striking the series' iconic poses to perform special moves, but it's completely butchered by one of the laziest story modes the franchise has ever seen.
And the controls don't make it no better.
Most of the quote-unquote gameplay involves rapidly punching the air and hoping the camera interprets it as an attack. Plus, connect reused assets from Ultimate Tenkaichi, which should tell you everything you need to know. It's boring, it's repetitive, and it feels like a chore packaged in a full-priced video game. But most of all, it's
does.
hands down the worst way to experience Dragon Ball.
I see what he means.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand like Dragon Ball Z for Connect. That one was horrible. Like I don't even know what kind of reviews that one got, but I know it was like thumbs down all the way. Like, and the fact that you tried to do like a playoff of Ultimate Tenkaichi, but you're playing with the Xbox Connect, and you're basically like like old boy said, you're basically punching the air. You try to strike a certain movement to perform like certain moves or strikes. Mm, it was too much of a hassle. But I'm shocked they didn't throw Budokai Tenkaichi because that game was ass. But thank God they got better with Tenkaichi 2 and 3, especially 3. Mm. But yo, let me know what y'all thought. What y'all thought about this for Watch Mojo and what y'all think was the worst Dragon Ball games in history. Let me know down in the comment section down below. And as always, thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And don't forget to tell your peoples across the globe. Come kick it with your boys just one good solid time. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share. And hit your boy up on social media right over yonder. Now this is your boy Blaze here saying check that deuce. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.